Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising, today is a new day to start again. It is 6/5/2025. Pacers Thunder, game 1 tonight. So there's this lady in my yoga classes and kickboxing class that she seems very nice, and I'm not really sure what I could offer. But it's nice to be around her, and it's motivating me to get in better shape, and just it's giving me something to do. I mean, it's another incentive to keep following through. Not that I really needed that, but it just makes it better. So the kickboxing thing, I like the idea of being able to defend myself. I want to get into Tai Chi. It's important to me to eventually get there. But being able to kick is something that when I was young, I always wanted to be able to be a person that could kick, but I never put any time or effort into it. And I'm a very tight person. So I do like the idea of opening up my hips and being able to defend myself. Also, it was going to help with golf. So I did follow through with going to kickboxing class last night, partially because this nice lady goes to it, and I thought that she'd probably be there. So that helped me to incentivize myself. And once I got there, I'm in a kickboxing class with like a bunch of ladies, and I'm the one dude in there. There's 2 other dudes, but anyways, I'm in there and I'm kicking around with girls, and we're doing kickboxing stuff. And it is what it is, but I don't really care. I'm standing next to a really beautiful girl while I'm doing it. So whatever. But the other yoga classes is kind of the same. There are more men I've noticed recently that have been coming into the yoga class. So I'm up early this morning after doing my kickboxing last night. I came home and I don't want to get personal, but I don't even think I took a shower. I went to sleep. So I do need a hot bath today. I worked some muscles that I'd not worked in a long time, so I have to do some laundry though. I have a Pacers shirt and a jacket. I went looking again. I've told the saga of me trying to find a Pacers thing to wear, and then I went back to Goodwill twice, I think, since then, and I'd started to thumb through, and it feels like I've been through all those shirts already, and I really just don't feel like going through it again. And it was so much work to find the one shirt. And it's a lame, I do kind of like it. It's just a worn out old yellow shirt that basically says Pacers Gold or something like that, which I identify with. So I don't know why I keep trying to find a different shirt. It's fine. I have to finish my dishes. I have a sink situation and then a counter space situation where, quite frankly, I have stuff on my counter that I very rarely use that I should put down so that I have more counter space to put the dirty dishes. Or I should do my dishes as I'm doing them. I mean, like as I finish a dish, I'm only one person. It's not that hard. My cats aren't even making dirty dishes, really. So I do have a couple cats, for those who've never watched. It's been raining a lot, so that's limited what I was going to do outside. I'd started to get into trimming my rose bushes, so I've enjoyed doing that. And I have some flowers in the back. I was starting to do that, and I was going to look forward to digging up my flower beds, which will be easier now after the rain. But the Pacers play tonight, so I don't know how much I'm going to be doing on gardening. I'm on page 1. All right. I'm all about energy is what I have been, a thing I've been really concentrating on. So sometimes you have to go out into the workplace or the marketplace or even in your family room and you have to play in other people's energy. So I try to avoid negative energy. Sometimes you can't. So you really just learn how to transmute it and store it in a negative, in a way that you can release it in your own way I guess is the best way for me to say. I really don't like the pessimism, though. So you can't sit there and always try to be an optimist around a pessimist. It's just gonna be a joke. It's just gonna be constant. So really, it's called gray walling, but they're not. It's just a way of participating without putting your intent into it and just staying out of the way, really. But I don't want to be the hall monitor guy either. I don't want to be someone that's trying to show you your bad behavior. I just want life to do that. Or if I have bad behavior, it'll become present. But I'll try not to seem offended if I walk away. That's sometimes the best solution, is just to get out of the way. I don't want to be around negative people. I like solution-based thinking. If we can't fix it, it isn't ours. So if I can't even come up, like if I start to work on a solution for something and I'm not involved in it, or I actually don't have any play in it, why am I interjecting into it? Why am I trying to play president of the United States when I'm not even in government? So that's kind of, know your role is kind of important. So then I got into something, I'm going to make it brief, but allocation. If you sell 3 things in a month and you only have 3 to sell, but you could have way more than 3, how many would you sell if you had 9? So if I sell 3 in a month and I'm always out of this item, how many would I sell if I had 9? And how many would I sell if I have 11 and 12? I could go really to town, like with a notes of just little things that could be changed. But often a big store, if you have a big, huge store, there's like 7 or 8 SKUs or categories or items that really rotate. Those are the ones that are really, people are buying on a regular basis. And there's usually 1 or 2 in each category. And if you identify, 7 to 12, and you sell around them, then you don't have, so that's basically your best solution to replenish. That's really how you build, because you can't make every place on your floor profitable. I mean, not, especially a really large store. So you really just focus on where you can get good at a few things, and then as you get better at those things, you build around it. And if you don't even know what any of those are, then you're really flying blind. Okay. And also, if you don't have a clear message to your customer when they come in, you have to have a clear message. And there's really 3 or 4 things that you're trying to accomplish. Okay, I let a little of it out. I've shown great restraint. So I have this opportunity standing in front of me. And I have this opportunity where if I wanted to, or if I was allowed to, I have a lot of like really strong training and understanding of how a business operates in the way that it's trying to be run where it's at. So I have a lot of value, but so I don't know what I should do with that other than just to present myself. Because I don't even, I'll get into that in a minute. And then I have this beautiful lady that I'm essentially, I get to see her 4 nights a week in a voluntary thing that we're both going to. And, or is it 3? It's 3 nights a week. Let's not get crazy here, David. But anyways, what am I doing here? This is what I've asked for. What is my value and what is my worth is the problem I have. I may know that I am a badass outlet retail manager that is capable of a lot. But if no one else sees me or hears me, it's there's so many people running around presenting themselves as something that they're not. What am I? I'm an entry-level sales associate. That's what I am. And and I'm in an area where if I was 25 years old or 22 years old, I would do what I'm doing right now. Just put my head down and try to help where I'm asked to help and be available and hope that that turns into something. And that's all I'm really trying to do right now. But I actually have all this trove of knowledge. So, and then I have this wonderful lady that's standing next to me. And how do I explain myself? That's a tough one. I don't know that I can do any of that, actually. I can't just take the bull by the horns, like what people would say. In both scenarios, I can present myself with interest. I can show that I'm interested. I think I've done that so far. I mean, I've actually been really cool with the lady and kind of with the job, I think. I don't know. I do need more income for the lady and for what I need moving forward in life. I need more capital. I do not have enough capital. I don't have enough capital coming in for me to do things that I need to do. So I am, and this is going to sound bold, but I am an unlimited being. I do truly think pretty much it's limitless. It's pretty much limitless if you have health. And what is health? I could go through all that. I do have health. I attract what I am. This is where my attitude has seasoned, is instead of beating myself up for not being aggressive enough in certain situations, which is what I've done most of my life, I am now taking a different stance of, I'm going to present myself and let others be the ones to make the first move. And maybe that sounds beta, but I know who I am. I think what I need to do is allow others to discover that instead of me showing them. I've been interacting with my daughters a lot more recently. That's been helping me. I have been enjoying building my relationships back. If I could find a better financial flow, I could be much more involved this summer in their lives, which is something that I would really like, especially in the golf arena. I think I could be beneficial to me and especially one of my daughters. So I would like to find a way for me to have some time, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. So that's what I'm trying to manifest, is really, I'm not begging, I'm just looking for solutions. I can only do what I can do, make the best of my opportunities. That's all I can really do. Present my value, allow others to see my worth. Find a nice girl, be a good dad, live a good life. But regardless, live a good life. Life is a moment of moments. Let's pretend that I am as good as I say I am, and that I could turn a 1.8 into a 3.4 within a year, like with an increase in margin, just exponentially, double growth, triple growth, depending on how much latitude I have. Do I want that kind of pressure? Even if I know I would do it. I try to recenter. I get back to this minimalist aspect. If I can reduce how much money I spend on superfluous stuff, I can reduce the amount of income that I need to try to fulfill what I want, which is to be able to at least do a couple. I just want to be able to have some time with my daughters, and I need to be able to have enough capital to be able to do that. So I'm trying to be a minimalist. I'm getting back to basics. I like the fundamentals. I just think the words are so amazing. Watch out there, Bodhi. Bodhi's going to get me unplugged. I'm working on core. Bodhi's my larger cat. breathe. Breathing has been something that I've been focusing. You just don't stop practicing. In fact, you get better and you practice harder sometimes at breathing, literally practicing at breathing. Stretching is something that I've been working on a lot more in this last run. I lost that for a while. Cleansing yourself, I think, is important in one way or another. And then meditating. And then I think using hot and cold in problem areas. I need to start doing that more, using the cold. But I've been working on mindful eating. Instead of all these diets and things like that, just have intent in what you're eating. Like literally eat for spiritual nourishment if you're going to eat. And when you're drinking water, so whatever that means to you. And then when you're drinking water, try to drink as pure water as you can drink. That's difficult to do, but I just think the intent of drinking water. I'm tired of the fear mongering, and I'm tired of all of these things that you can't do. I mean, try not to do a lot of it. There's a lot of sensibility to it, but I'm not going to live my life that way. I just think you should live in each moment and allow yourself to make decisions based on your own. Just have faith in yourself. Let's pretend this lady finds interest in me. Could I tell her all my beliefs? She has an amazing demeanor to her. She seems very, you can tell things about people. And there's just not many people, if any, that would really resonate with everything that I would have to tell them. And I don't even know how I would get it all out. I'm easily misunderstood. And there's a reason, there's a list of reasons why I have been alone pretty much my whole life. So, I don't want to infect my life onto anyone. I don't want somebody to grow attracted to me without telling them everything and allowing them to know who I am so they know what they're getting into. And who am I? I mean, I don't know. That being said, what was true yesterday may not be true tomorrow. I clean up pretty good, and I can draw. I can be a draw at parties. I can be entertaining if you need me to be like a circus clown. And you never know. Today is a new day to start again. I'm just trying to do my best to keep myself aligned. I really do like recentering with these videos and then getting into my day. So now I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to cleanse. I'm going to basically follow the same list that I wrote out. Back to basics. I'm going to work a little bit on my core is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some of that core exercises, those Pilates, because my core is horrible. So I do want to work on that. I can squat for a long time. I like that part of it, but I think right here is where my core needs, I'm still learning what the core is, honestly. I'm going to stretch some. I'm going to take a hot bath, and I'm going to try to meditate. And I am going to make a cold thing to start. I'd like to put some cold on that right there, because I don't want to get into golf until I know that that's going to be good, because I got to use that on every swing. And if that's got tension right now, I'm a little bit worried about it. So there you go. For the people that I was getting a little bit more traction with my shorter videos. I don't even think I'm going to keep it under 20. Nope. So I hope everybody has an awesome day out there. Do great. Be great. Be grateful. Oops. Be grateful. And let what happens happen. And do your best. Do the best you can.